So I decided it would be a good idea to wake up at 5 a.m. every day for an entire week. This is what happened. So I'm not a morning person. It normally takes me 20 minutes to drag myself out of bed every morning, especially since I don't have to leave for school at 6 in the morning. I've started running to motivate me to get out of bed, but that can only do so much when you stay up watching YouTube until 1 a.m. So I'm supposed to go back to school in September, which means returning to waking up when it's still dark out and listening to physics lectures while sleep deprived. Right now, I'm at home in quarantine, so I don't have to worry about cramming for my exams at the last moment or turning in my paper at exactly 11:59 p.m. And I wondered, what would happen if I woke up at 5 a.m.? Here's what I expected to get out of it. I expected to get more energy, maybe be more productive, be able to focus more, absorb more information, and hopefully get to see the sunrises that I am rarely awake early enough to see. On the first day, I woke up at 5 a.m. expecting to be productive, go on a run and see the sunrise, and have a relaxing morning. I had high expectations, but the reality was a little more like this. Nope. That morning, I didn't run. I was cold and I was tired, and I had no desire to do anything whatsoever. Did I make you yawn? Also, I met Hubert. He's a wasp from our wasp nest that is by our front door. Hi, Hubert. I ended up crashing at 8 a.m. And it took me a little while to realize why this was. Well, it was because I went to sleep at 11. Normally, I would go to sleep at 11 and then wake up at 7 and have a nice 8 hours of sleep. Today, I only had 6. But why do we need all this sleep? According to the Sleep Foundation, sleep is an active period in which a lot of important processing, restoration, and strengthening occurs. Our bodies all require long periods of sleep in order to restore and rejuvenate, to grow muscle, repair tissue, and to synthesize hormones. If you would like to read more about sleep, I will put the link to this article in the description. Adults like Homer here usually need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Teenagers like this guy usually need 8 to 10, and children here like Lisa usually need 9 to 11, and 1-year-olds like Maggie usually need 11 to 14 hours because of how many new things they're exposed to every day, and they need a lot of time to process them. So I'm a teen, and I'm just gonna do what I do best and do the minimum of 8 hours. I decided I was gonna go to bed at 9 o'clock, which is way earlier than my usual. I don't think I've gone to bed that early since, I don't know, 3rd grade or something. So that's pretty early for me. But regardless, I still did whatever I could to get pretty good sleep. According to the Harvard article, blue light has a dark side. Ooh, ominous. Light in general, especially blue light, prevents your body from secreting melatonin, which helps your body regulate your sleep cycle and your circadian rhythm. And according to Stephen Lockley, a Harvard sleep researcher, light is one of the main reasons that people don't get enough sleep. And researchers have also found a link between short sleep, depression, diabetes, and some cardiovascular issues. If you would like to learn more about blue light and its effect on sleep, I will link the Harvard article down in the description. So to prevent all these bad things from happening to me before sleep, I tried to avoid using my phone about an hour before bed and dimming the lights. Emphasis on tried. So I may or may not have a really bad habit of going on my phone before bed, and that may have been what prevented me from getting the best sleep. Though I did get to bed in time every night. Every night I went to bed at the right time. I went to bed at 9 every night. I did that much, but I don't think I got the best sleep I could, partially because I did still go on my phone before bed. Another part of the issue was that my family usually goes to bed around 12, and I was going to bed at 9. So this is 3 hours before anyone else in my household goes to bed. So and then this kind of ended up being a continuous pattern throughout the week. Wake up exhausted, try to go for a run, not go for a run, have a relatively normal day but be really tired, and then have not so good sleep. And worst of all, I never even got to see the sunrise. Aww. A few positive things I did notice though were that I found myself actually being much more productive than usual because I had all this extra time in the morning and I wasn't gonna let it go to waste. Also, my screen time decreased by 15%. And for someone who's really bored in quarantine, that's pretty good. I think this is mainly because I don't really use my phone a whole lot in the morning. I mostly use it in the afternoon and at night. And since I was going to bed earlier, overall I was just using my phone a lot less. Also, the last day actually ended up being pretty good. I woke up and I had a little bit of energy. I actually went on a run. I didn't see the sunrise though. Sad. I meditated a little and I saw a beautiful sunset.
The most gorgeous sunset ever. And then we also have a rainbow up here.
So I think the reason that the last day was good while all the other days were absolutely terrible is because of my circadian rhythm. Our circadian rhythm is regulated by our internal clock. And the circadian rhythm is kind of our sleep-wake cycle. So it controls when you feel like you're sleepy and when you're supposed to go to sleep, and when you feel like waking up and you want to be awake. Do you ever wake up just a few minutes before your alarm? Well, that's probably because your circadian rhythm is getting used to you waking up at the same time every day. And while consciously you may not be aware of what time it is, your subconscious mind is aware and your body starts to expect that it's time for you to wake up, and it ends up waking you up before your alarm can. It's kind of like a race. So I did a little bit more research and I found out that if I wanted this to go a little bit more smoothly, I should have just slightly adjusted my schedule 15 or 30 minutes every day so I could gradually adjust instead of doing the whole 2 hours at once. And so the age-old question is, am I gonna keep doing this? Probably not. Because I don't really want to wake up 3 hours before school starts, and I don't really have to travel now to go to school. So I think I'll just stick with my 7 a.m. schedule because it'll work well and I'll get plenty of sleep, I think. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe and leave me any suggestions for any more videos you'd like me to make. And with that, bye!